There, I put them all together. The screaming, the booing, and the gong. So I thought that was pretty good.
Good.
Yeah, well, we didn't start the show on time. We were trying to figure out why everything went up and down in like 14 seconds and is now lower than where it started. Like, how do you go up and then down and end up lower than nothing? How are you lower than nothing?
You're not lower than nothing. This makes no sense. It kind of makes sense, actually. It makes sense in that I don't trust this market, not one bit.
Nope.
That's what makes sense.
Hello, let's see. Hello. Another day of opportunities. Yes, it is a day of opportunities. I don't know what's going on. And also, how do you have enough volume to spike the price and then dump the price that quickly? Like, just so you guys know, for those of you that are just currently, I'm just going to show you. This is what happened to Bitcoin. And now everything's lower than it was just a few minutes ago. So we're here, right? And we go from 87,354 to 90,162 to 87.9 and now down to 87.1. So lower than where we started.
We're at 86.8 right now.
Ethereum, which has nothing to do with any of this at all, went from first it dropped down to basically 2,900. Then it popped up to 3,815. And then it's actually right exactly where it was. Yeah. Oh no, sorry. No, we're well lower now. So
yeah, Ethereum is at 28.75.
So gap down and gap down.
No, this chart makes
and gap down.
How does it keep doing that every day? How does it do that? In what world? Well, leverage is the problem. Leverage is the big problem.
Yeah.
Larry Fink talked a couple of weeks. He was on a stage somewhere talking. He's like, leverage needs to be eliminated before we can move up. And so my theory is they're doing that. They're rocking leverage's world. But the problem is it never will be eliminated because people will just keep coming back with more leverage. That's what they keep doing. So they'll
because they can't trade NFTs anymore and they can't trade meme coins.
Yeah.
So that whole audience is now they're like, wait a minute. Why do we want marijuana when we can just have straight up methamphetamines? Let's just gamble all of it all the time, high leverage, lose all of it, go grab our Uber and go do some more Uber Eats deliveries so that tomorrow we can gamble all of it with maximum leverage as fast as possible, lose it, go out Wednesday night, work Uber, go out. Are you going to pay rent? Rent? I ain't paying rent. I'm going to make a 40X 7 times in a row. It's easy. Look at James Wynn. He's crushing it.
Oh, he actually is. So good for him. So
what is he? Is he claiming he's crushing it again?
Yeah, he's claiming he's all short, which for him. Mm-hmm. Yeah, good for him.
Bam, bam,
good for him. I can't make sense of this, dude. This is crazy. We saw a major uptick. Something must have happened this morning. Like reversed that hard, that fast. Oh, can't find anything.
I didn't see any news though. I didn't see anything. I even looked at the macro stuff. There wasn't anything there. Somebody said there was a sovereign wealth fund that added Ethereum. Let's see, which one was it?
Added? That means bought.
I mean added Bitcoin. I like how after touching 3,000, Ethereum is now down 2.5%. So the spike up somehow justifies a lower price?
Yeah,
I guess definitely. I don't understand. I guess I'm just confused. Let's see. BlackRock's ETF outflows, 220 million. Ethereum moved to exchanges following outflows from the ETFs. Well, that makes sense. There's no no doubt about that. Whales unstaking $795 million worth of ETH was unstaked, raising supply concerns with no direct selling. Yeah, but that's less than $1 billion. So basically just institutional outflows. BlackRock moved 74,900 and so basically 75,000 Ethereum to Coinbase Prime on December 17th, part of a weekly outflow of 98,250 Ethereum from its ETF. This accounts for 75% of all ETH outflows, reflecting reduced institutional confidence. Yeah, no crap. Large ETF holders liquidating Ethereum creates immediate sell pressure. The market interprets these moves as bearish signals, especially when combined with Ethereum's underperformance versus Bitcoin dominance at 59%. It's not going to change till people want to start being buyers. Whale activity, a dormant Bitcoin OG unstaked 271,000 Ethereum and redistributed it across wallets. While not sent to exchanges, the move frees up liquid Ethereum. Okay, well, put it in a bunch of accounts. Unstaking reduces locked supply, potentially bearish short term, but custody transfers suggest reorganization versus like panic selling. However, large holders repositioning during price weakness can amplify fear in a market that is already fearful. Yes.
Yeah.
Well, it's likely, again, likely, because no one knows the exact reason for that. This isn't a reason or an explanation for that big pump we just had and then the big drop. But Ethereum's drop reflects institutional de-risking, whale uncertainty, potentially some breach technical support for the 6 people that actually trade based off technicals. While oversold conditions may invite tactical buyers, macro sentiment, which is the fear index, is at 25. ETF outflows dominate the near-term narrative. I think that is the whole narrative. It's all ETF now. Because what else is there? There's only the ETFs.
Yeah.
So, yeah. Can Ethereum stabilize above 2,800, or will liquidations accelerate towards June's 2626 lower swing? So that's what we're watching for now. I guess we're looking for some lower lows. And then you look on the 7-day, and Ethereum is down 14%. You say, why? Nobody has a reason. No one has any explanation. But I guess maybe this is, another just mini crash in the continual mini crashes, delay in voice. Okay, Barry, that means you probably got 2 windows open. That's why you're getting 2, or you have some feedback loop with your microphone and your computer.
Heck yeah. Just can say every word twice. Dip.
Let's see. Senators introduce Save Crypto Act to protect Americans against scams. That's good. I don't think that's why the market rose and crashed. And this was a Bitcoin thing too. And it doesn't anger me. I don't even know what the word is. It's not frustration, because we've seen this happen for weeks and weeks. This stuff doesn't even frustrate me anymore. I guess it just bewilders me. It bewilders me that Bitcoin keeps getting dick punched and everybody else takes a bigger beating. And it's been like that forever, but you just think, at some point, is there any way to separate yourself from bit crap? Like when Bitcoin has weirdness, like everybody else gets destroyed?
Yeah, when will the technology of Ethereum stand on its own?
Yeah.
Or whatever, or Bitcoin, or whatever.
And not just be a what Bitcoin did day. What did Bitcoin do today? Because then I'll tell you, I'll just times it by 3, and that's what everything else did. Oh, Bitcoin was down by a point? Cool. Everybody else is down by 3.
Yep.
Just go. And then the further out you get from the top 10, the more they're down.
Yeah.
Let's see what Hypercycle is.
Oh, gosh.
Hey, it's an update. Update.
Oh, with 0 volume, you can have updates.
Yeah, sure. No, not 0. They probably have a few $100 a day. Okay.
Sure. Wow. Things look really good.
Just red across the board. for
You ever seen a
no
bear market?
reason.
You
Yeah,
ever seen a bear market?
I'm getting absolutely destroyed on Aster. I've lost about $500,000 on Aster.
Jeez. Wow,
it's
that's crazy.
it's an asteroid.
It really is. With I guess they're doing pretty much token drops now every day, unvesting token drops every single day now.
Yeah, so we're
Just
getting punished.
dumping
Yeah,
into
we're
the
getting
supply. Yeah, pretty rough.
Yeah.
I mean, it's a rough couple days. Definitely nothing, no reprieve since October 10th.
Yeah.
No reprieve. I mean, this thing has been straight down since October 10th.
Yeah.
With these little bounces that are super weird, and then just like even today, that was super weird.
Yeah.
I thought usually you get like a little spike, it holds flat for a few days. Then you get a dump, it holds flat for a few days. Today, we got that spike and then the immediate drop, which was super fast too. It was the point I went to the gym. I come home. By the time I left the gym, from the time I went from the gym, we were at 30.15. To the time I got home, we're at 2,900. I'm like, what the flip just happened?
Yeah.
Crazy moves. Just crazy. So I really don't know what to make of this market right now.
Yeah. On the Bitcoin side, Bitcoin had some institutional outflows with IBIT. So they moved 211 million in BTC to exchanges, signaling sell side pressure. Regulatory uncertainty. The U.S. SAFE, which Barry had just mentioned, the U.S. was it Barry that mentioned that, the SAFE Act? Who did that? Who gets credit for that?
I don't know.
I think it was Barry. Was it Barry? Barry, did you mention that? Anyway, one of you mentioned the SAFE Act. No, Larry, not Barry, Larry. Same, just
Larry.
Take the B out, put an L in there. Okay, so Larry, the U.S. Safe Crypto Act proposal fueled compliance concerns. I don't know why that would make the market go down, though. I don't know why the introduction of a potential bill would make the market go down. Yeah, it has been a rough year. You shouldn't have been down every month. You should have been up throughout from about April on to October. So April, May, June, July, August, September, October were all great. October 7th, I was at all-time highs. So,
yeah,
it is what it is. Let's see if there's any more detail on the SAFE Act. The proposed SAFE Crypto Act, which is today, aims to create a federal task force targeting crypto fraud. Well, good. I would say that is amazing. I'm not sure why that's a bad thing. I thought that'd be good. What it means, the bill focuses on scams, not market structure. Okay, so it's not scumbags like Jane Street and all that are performing little scammy trading behavior. Well, that's unfortunate. It would be nice to take those guys that are goosing the market on a regular basis and hold them accountable. That would be cool. That won't happen, but that would be cool. Anyway, the bill focused on scams, not market structure. Its introduction during a fragile market amplified fears of regulatory tightening. I don't think that's a fear. That doesn't make any sense to me. I don't know why that would have any effect, up or down. You would think that something that reduces scams would be looked at favorably.
Yeah.
So I guess I'm confused why we're going to have more cops policing the streets. What do you mean? You get to go walk your dog. That should be great. But anyway, Bitcoin continues to go down, straight down. Boy, and this is how you know this is just, people are just weak, man. Weak. This market is built on weakness. Scared. There is no money coming in because there's no one picking up any of these bids, right? When the markets go down, there's no one coming in scooping this up. There's the Ponzi buying a little bit. There's MicroStrategy. and there's Bitminer buying a little bit of Ethereum, but it's not offsetting the panic. And I think this is retail investors panic. We may be seeing, let me propose this, Brandon. Do you think that we are taking on, because we've opened up to the retail markets through ETFs, Bitcoin, Ethereum, do you think that we've now taken on the weak, kind of intellectually stupid, last to the party investors through retail, and that they're the ones that when they panic, like every moment that they panic, which is why it tends to happen when the market opens and not at night? Do you think that there is now a less educated investor, and maybe that's part of the problem?
Jeez.
Like,
I mean, there's just a scared investor out there, right?
Yeah.
I think it's more fear. I think everybody's scared right now of everything.
But even in the regular,
this
is the regular stock market pushing crypto. This is not crypto pushing anything. It's not crypto. None of this has to do with crypto directly.
No, I know. Yeah, this is super odd.
Yeah, so it's become two groups. It's whales and retail investors through ETFs. That seems to be the only thing pushing these markets around. So something's got to, but it makes sense, doesn't it? Jobs, employment. Like, if people don't have money, they're not going to punt. And at some point, even the Uber driver that's punting with full leverage over on, on these perps platforms, they're not going to have any cash left. There's no more money to gamble. At some point, there's no more. They suffer the communism problem. Good on paper, but at some point you run out of other people's money to give away, right? Like, at some point you do have to pay rent. You got to make your car payment. You would think. So if we're just left with, very thin, anemic trading and no one picking up these drops, things are just going to go down until they're so far down that people would rather invest again than not. And if there's no extra money after you paid your bills, what are you going to invest? D said JP Morgan wants to take master strategy. You mean strategy?
Yeah, this was the news. This was the news like 2 weeks ago. This is kind of old news. They are trying to facilitate a reverse short squeeze, I guess, on MicroStrategy. But yeah.
No, Pam, I don't think this is, the manipulation, I think possibly, if you're going to argue manipulation, which I don't like to do, but if you were going to do that, you would say what Jane Street did last week at the options close at Deribit, the big close. It was like 4.3 billion in options contracts. That looked like a firm pushing up against the edge of legality to get their options positions to come in. But there's nothing illegal about selling. So, and especially in the crypto market, in a foreign market on Deribit,
whatever the fuck they want, can't they?
Yeah. Is it morally sketchy? Yeah, but almost everything is morally sketchy. Is it sketchy that a handful of us get to invest in these things and then the numbers go up and we just have more money and everybody else is working just to like put food on the table and they don't? That sucks. So the fundamental fairness, you got to get fairness. You got to push that to the side. You got to forget about fairness. Okay. And then you got to say, okay, what are we left with? We're left with what is legal and what is illegal. Okay. Is what Jane Street did illegal? No. So that's the end of it. Is what they did illegal? Nope. Okay. So it's not really manipulation. When you start using that, the reason I don't like people to talk about manipulation is because when you talk about manipulation, you're starting to buy into the socially acceptable excuses for failure. Oh, I'm not winning because manipulation, because there's an evil overlord, a dark force at work. No, We factor all those, you got to factor all of those things in. There's going to be weird, amoral, belligerent behavior based on the design of the game. People are incentivized to get right up to the edge of what is legal and what is illegal. So buying is a form of manipulation. Oh, if I'm buying and then another 3 more people are buying, oh, we're pushing the price up. Why isn't that manipulation? Now, we only talk about manipulation when things go down. And also, now, the second part of this kind of thought is, we say, doesn't it include a lot of manipulation now that ETFs are involved? Well, first of all, that would be a question. So let's work on your punctuation. Second, doesn't it means you're saying you're not really asking a question. You're telling me there's a lot of manipulation here, that ETFs are involved. And then I would say, well, we got to separate that out. Why do ETFs being involved why would they create manipulation? Do you mean because the funds that hold these securities and swap them back in, like when there's an ETF outflow, they have to then take Bitcoin or Ethereum and push it to exchanges to sell it? That's normal. That's how ETFs have been since 1992, since they were created. I know, I'm just giving you a hard time. But I'm giving you a hard time because this is a good teachable moment. The way you guys break things down when you look at these kind of situations, you want precision in your thinking. So you really have to break down what you're thinking and figure out what is the question, right? So your question is, does ETF behavior create manipulation? No. Like when I see people, oh, BlackRock is selling Ethereum. No, they're moving Ethereum out of holding because people in the retail market have sold the ETFs. When you sell the ETFs, they have to unwind some Ethereum. You got to balance it. It's on both sides. In the same way that if people buy up the ETFs, they have to go purchase Ethereum in order to meet the requirements of having enough Ethereum to match the shares of the ETF that they've issued. It goes both ways. Neither of those is manipulation. And that's why it reduces back to the DNA of this market is probably dumber. I'd say the DNA of the average stock investor is very weak, right? You think, what is the demographic? Brandon, this would be a good question. This is a GPT question. What is the demographic of the average American stock investor? Or maybe I even need to say it differently. What is the demographic of the average American that owns some form of equities? Because you could have people that own through pension funds, indexes, and all that. They're not active investors, but they own equities.
Are you looking for dollar demographic, racial demographic?
Yes, I want income demographic, and I want age demographic. I'm gonna bet it's 20 people aged 27 to 55. Well, I guess you wouldn't get rid of your stuff in retirement. You'd keep it. So it'd be 27 is probably the low end of it. I'm guessing income of at least, I want to say 87,000 or higher. Because, if you're looking across the whole United States, I don't know. I'm just guessing here. I guess, what do the numbers tell us? What does the research tell us?
Oh, man. GPT sucks. Okay. Yeah, I know. Obviously, lower participation, 18 to 34, 30% own, 35 to 54, about 62% own.
Okay.
And age 55 plus, 54%, which is
about half. So,
yeah.
So, but what was the kind of the
income? Income is the big one. Income.
Okay, what is the income of the average owner of equities?
If you have income of less than 50,000, 28% own stock.
Yeah.
50 to 99, about 50% own, and if you have greater than 100,000 income, you have 87% ownership.
So this is where we're at. So it's 100K plus. So what you're doing is you start seeing that there's certain groups that fall into this category of owners. So now we're in the 30 plus years of age, 100K or more. These are the people that own equities one way or the other.
Yeah.
And I just wonder if this growing group of regular equity people that now has access to these ETFs, if there was, there's the panic early in the year into the asset. Yeah, I got to get some of that, the FOMO. Then when things quiet down, then they are just, any kind of news moves them, and it moves them fast. They will sell on a dime. So I think it's the same people that are watching college football, which really is ridiculous. They might as well be watching Pee Wee ball. No one makes a fucking tackle in college football. No one. People run. Oh, he ran it back from the goalpost all the way, and he ran it 3. He actually ran to the other side, came all the way back, ran all the way back forward. They did 4 laterals. 7 different people touched the ball. Touchdown. What's the end score? 72 to 490. What the fuck?
They just did the Ethereum bounce.
College games are so ridiculous, dude. You might as well be watching basketball. That's the kind of numbers they put up. You're like, what is going on? No one makes it. Can no one in college tackle? Anyway, that's a tangent.
Right.
That's tangential. But I guess you have a lot of things that the average American focuses on, and innovative decentralized technology is probably not it, man. It's probably not it. And that's why money is getting hoovered into AI, which means about 5 companies, really, if we're being honest. I know we were talking the other day whether Microsoft is part of it. I don't really think Microsoft is part of AI. They're kind of leveraging and through their kind of partnerships and things like that. But Microsoft is not innovating in AI. Microsoft is investing in AI. Google is innovating. OpenAI is innovating. Tesla is innovating. Anthropic is innovating. Perplexity, they're just kind of like a copy and paste bibliography. I don't even know why that company exists. Right? Like Perplexity is the weirdest of the AI companies. What do? We deliver search results with annotations. So what? I'm not doing a damn book report and I need a bibliography. Stupid. Like, I don't know. Anyway, I'm not sure why they're worth so many billions, but they are. But it's a small Meta. Meta is doing a lot of work in AI. They're doing legit work. And they're doing a lot of open source stuff too. Meta's actually doing some cool stuff. But and then you have a couple of Chinese companies, but we don't have exposure to that. Good girl. She's using the litter box. Gotta tell her good girl when she's using the litter box. So I don't know, man. I think AI is enticing. I think crypto market's anemic. I think the retail investors that are now involved mostly in it through ETFs are idiots that watch college football and then watch pro football and then watch it again on Monday, then watch it again on Thursday. So there's 4 days a week where they're just incoherent beer machines. We're in a recession. I mean, the cards are stacked against us for a bull market. They are. Now, QE started. No one much cares, but the more the Fed talks up QE, well, when they admit it's QE, right now it's not QE, it's just a balance sheet adjustments on the short end of the curve. That's all. So we're just creating stronger reserves, liquidity provisions. QE. And what you're seeing is, guess what? QE doesn't do anything. Right? Guess what didn't do anything either? QT, quantitative tightening, from the previous QE. That, you guessed it, didn't do anything. If something works, you don't have to do it 17 times in a row. So anyway, you know what you're also seeing? Cutting rates, raising rates, none of it makes a difference. The only place where I would say that rates make some kind of difference is they do influence the treasury market to an extent, which influences lending rates like mortgage rates to an extent. There's always going to be that cushion that banks need to participate. Like, it doesn't matter what you tell the banks the rates are going to be. They're like, I'm not lending for zero, stupid. Why am I going to service someone's debt for zero? Or 2%? Get out of town. So unless the government comes in with a program to back it, which is, funny money driven program. So, I mean, this is just the perfect storm. It looks like a toilet, right? There's the tornadoes that are above ground in mostly Oklahoma that apparently all the tornadoes do is attack trailer parks, apparently. Talk about life shitting on you, right? You're trying to get things going. You get a trailer, you get things set up, you got your cinder blocks, all that kind of stuff. You're like, okay, we're going to work. We're going to save up. We're going to go get a house. Oh, no, you're not. Not in Oklahoma, you're not. Because Mother Nature is on her period every single day in Oklahoma. And apparently, if you live there, there's a place, Tornado Alley. Why would anybody, that's like, would you live in Sniper's Alley? Anyone here? Anyone in the chat? When you look at places to live, if you're with the realtor, they're like, okay, Brandon, I'm the realtor.
Yeah.
I have
I want to go look at
place.
some houses. What do we got?
I got something wonderful. It's a 17 bedroom in South Central
17?
LA. Yeah. Every window is exposed on the side to an apartment complex full of snipers. They actually call it Sniper's Alley.
It's a war zone then.
It's
good.
move-in ready. It's move-in ready.
You know what?
It's
I'm gonna
enticing,
ignore
isn't
what
it?
you said about I'm going to ignore what you said about the Sniper's Alley, and we're going to do it.
We're doing it. Why would anybody
Yeah.
move into anything called an alley? You wouldn't go live in an alley, just a plain alley. Like, hey, here's your new home. This is an alley. Yep. No, I'm not moving into an alley or a Hurricane Alley or Sniper's Alley or anyway. Point being, like, God, we're just in the perfect storm of bad right now. So although nothing crypto-wise is bad, there's no bad crypto news. Everything else is on the floor. Brandon, you know what that little white thing is on top of bird crap?
Disease.
No,
Disease. I know.
It's crap too.
Oh, crap. Oh, crap.
So all we had this morning in that spike was a little white thing on top of bird crap, just more crap.
It's crap.
Yep.
Dude, that spike makes no sense.
Yes. Okay. I do want to. The reason we're not going behind the walls, I think we can loosely comment on something that is being worked on. Loosely. We're not going to give too much detail. But there is something coming for Hypercycle node owners that's not through Hypercycle. There's a project being worked on, and everybody that is a license holder, a node holder, you own it, you will get to participate. You don't have to lay down a penny. Zero. And I think it's going to be pretty badass. It's something that's been kind of under the surface for about a year and a half, I guess. Maybe. And it was kind of a thing that was talked about and then backed away from and talked about and backed away from, talked about. Now it's a thing. It's a thing that's being developed, actively being developed, developers working on it. And so right now we're kind of in the documentation phase where we're aligning thoughts. And so I will just say this. Brandon and I talked a lot about this idea. We talked about it last Friday on the video that got the most hated video of all time, where we talked about this idea that Hypercycle, while the company may or may not achieve their various milestones in a time that we like, right? I'm sure that eventually they'll get to whatever they got to get to, but not in a timeline that any of us like. But they have some good IP, and that IP could be used to launch a ledgerless blockchain. An actual layer 0 ledgerless blockchain that would answer the question of why token. It would have a bunch of novel uses. I think most of those would be in AI, science and research. There could be some cool medical applications. Anyway, that it is going to be developed. If you own nodes, you will get to participate. You don't have to do anything but just be patient for right now. But I think it's going to be pretty cool. And whether you like, hate, whatever, whether you're frustrated, whether you're happy, whether you're what, it doesn't matter who you are. Even Ben Gortzel, who owns a bunch of licenses, guess what? Ben gets to participate. You know who doesn't? Mario, because he doesn't own any licenses.
No, he doesn't.
Mario didn't get nothing. So. But anybody that has nodes, does it make node holders money? That kind of depends on the path of this project. But what I think it will indirectly do is open up a lot of use for nodes that maybe the Hypercycle team is not paying attention to. So there's probably, again, no one figured that the use of like internet money was going to be to buy pornography, but sure enough, that was like the first thing people did. They're like, wait, I can spend money on the internet? Yeah, I'm getting me some porn. Right? No one knows what the use case of a thing is. You might build a widget and people use it for things that are completely different than you thought. That's the nature of things. Early adopters will do all sorts of cool things with Legos that you never imagined, right? So that. But if you own, and yours are at HMS, okay, your nodes. We will figure out a way around all that. And I say there's a lot of people that are involved. It's not me and Brandon. There's a lot of people, but we have a lot of input on it. Let me just point it that way, because my goal is to the node and license and Hypercycle token investor. So if you're sitting with a bag of tokens, you too will be compensated. If you have licenses, you will be compensated. So that's coming. I'm not going to say more, because we don't really know more at this point. It's still very not formalized. It's in the documentation phase, but that's coming. And I think it's going to be cool. And it might also end up creating an ecosystem where nodes might get used in other ways. Nodes that currently are not doing much, right? Dormant nodes, we will call them. Dormant nodes. So, yeah, why you changed your view? Wait a minute. That's on what? On what? First name, second name? I'm not sure. I've changed my views on a lot of stuff. I changed my views on,
Is that a default username that's given to you when you join YouTube now?
Funny.
First name, second name, 4,888.
I've changed my views on eating my Mexican chili. It's too spicy, dude. It's too spicy.
I was wondering if you were going to change your views on that. Like I was wondering. Actually, Haley and I were talking about this. We're like, hey, is Nick going to change his views on his chili? I think it's too spicy.
I did change my views.
We went back and forth. We have bets with the kids.
It didn't used to be with spice. It wasn't spicy Mexican chili. It just used to be chili with beans. Chili. Anyway, Campbell's changed
added spice.
Probably when they went woke. Right? Why isn't it Korean spices? Why isn't it? It's part of that DEI stuff. So they were trying to appeal to everyone.
It's got a DEI upgrade, didn't it? It got the DEI inclusion.
So, but I wish they'd go back to the one, because listen, not to get gross, but when you eat that chili, you have to think about the next 12 to 18 hours of your life and how it's going to make some changes to your life. It's like when you bring a child home, your life's going to change.
Trust me, you. Yeah, I got some game theory foods that do that to me too. It's Dr. Pepper. When I drink Dr. Pepper at a restaurant, isn't that crazy? Dr. Pepper. When I drink Dr. Pepper at a restaurant, I know I have 47 minutes.
Really?
Is that the strangest thing? Yes.
You become Molly McButter when you have.
It's a tick.
What is it? It must be something. You know what it is? Did you know that there is
sugar?
There is an
There's
ingredient in Dr. Pepper that's not in a lot of other sodas. It's a preservative that is also coincidentally found in antifreeze.
Okay, that's the boiling limit.
I
then. That's
think
what
we
boils
could
me
be
over.
narrowing it down.
Is it prune juice? I thought it was prune juice or something. Yeah, I did. I thought prune juice, which is it's a
Dr.
diuretic,
Pepper's
right?
good, man. Dr. Pepper's so good, but
I love Dr. Pepper.
you need to try the
Isn't that-
Dr. Pepper with pure cane sugar, not high fructose
Oh
corn syrup.
yes, dude. I go to Costco. You know how we went to Broadway? Or
Did
Boulevard
you
State?
get some of those Mexican Cokes?
Dude, I get the Mexican Cokes by the case now, just because the sugar is so good, man.
Yeah, the medio litros, the 500 milliliter ones. They're so good.
Yeah. I'm a diabetic
Oh.
waiting to happen. Oh, I love it.
Anyway, okay, let's see. Yeah, my goal is to, I think, well, Brandon and our goal, one, a support network for the Hypercycle ecosystem, even though we don't always agree on their path. But we still have to have support tools. So node market's not going to disappear. The secondary market, like, we've made it, it's here, it's staying. However, we think there are other things that can be done to promote benefit for node holders. So that's what we're focused on. I quite frankly don't give a shit about all the government deals and all that kind of stuff. Great if they happen, but I'm not counting on it. When's the last time anyone here did a government deal? That just saying that makes you think it's going to take 18 years to get it done. Jesus Christ. They couldn't even turn the government back on when 9 people disagreed for over a month. You think some obscure company in the AI space is, and Tupi's well appreciated but kind of circuitous talks? If I was another country, I would just say, I don't know what the hell he's saying. I don't understand. Not in a bad way. I think he's a genius. Plus, look at his hair. He's clearly a genius.
Clearly.
And he's got all this cool IP and all, but I don't know what he just said. I listened to the talk they did. It was Tuesday, maybe? Was it? No.
Yeah.
No. It would be Monday. They did an AMA. Was it yesterday? I don't know. Whenever it was, they did an AMA, and I listened to the AMA. Maybe it was yesterday. And what the fuck day is it? It's Wednesday. And I don't know what I listened to. I mean, yeah, they took some shots at me, which is fine. I don't care. But I don't know that anything was that hour-long thing. Like, I listened to the whole thing anonymously. I don't know what was said. I can't tell you what I did or didn't hear.
What's your takeaway? What's your takeaway on the whole thing?
I don't know.
Okay. What shots did they fire at you? That's all I really need to know.
Well, there was several.
Okay. So it wasn't in short supply. The reality of the situation is we called it a little bit with them, and that's what's frustrating.
Yeah.
And that's fine. It's not who's right or wrong in
Yeah.
the situation. We are here to help everybody, succeed
Yes.
still.
And so instead of curse the darkness, we decided to light some candles. And by the way, this isn't we as in me and Brandon. There is a very competent handful of people that are frustrated with the current pace of improvement at Hypercycle. So that's where this spawned. We said, listen, we got all these tools. Why don't we go build another mausoleum? Well, actually, they're building a mausoleum. We're building a theme park. So, that's actually kind of a cool metaphor that I just now came up with just now.
Welcome to the theme parks
They're
make a lot of money.
They're building an AI mausoleum. We're building an AI theme park.
Yeah,
Oh,
we are.
snap. However, Hypercycle is going away from crypto, and I don't think you have to do that. So I think there is a value in a layer 0, whatever that means, a ledgerless blockchain with, I'm not going to get into the technology of it, but I think it's pretty cool. And I think it opens a lot of doors. I think there's going to be a lot of opportunity. And I think even if Hypercycle completely S the bed, I think this could be quite beneficial for a lot of people. So we'll leave it at that for now. I'm gonna talk in toofy circles, but we will when we get documentation cleaner and more elegant, and we kind of know where that's going, and those guys say it's cool. I'll talk about it and I'll tell you exactly what's happening. But you don't have to lose faith. Just because something over here is not working well doesn't mean something that pivots off of it over here can't be quite beneficial. So, yay. And yeah, hope springs eternal, baby. Let's see. How's the markets doing? Terrible. Well, not terrible, but you know what? And I wouldn't even have minded this down day if it hadn't been up for 12 seconds.
That's what I don't get. Yeah,
Don't
it's
give
because
me that.
I mean, that's
Don't give me that.
that's what leads me to believe there's shenaniganery going around. I don't like the shenaniganery. I'm fine with that. If it's a down day, it's a down day. But when it's a up day for 4 minutes, then a down day, somebody's taking advantage of something somewhere. In my opinion.
Oh, Tracy, you're a hot Dr. Pepper person. I've heard people do that, but I felt like hot Dr. Pepper gets rid of the bubbles. Like
Wait, I don't drink anything hot. It's got to be ice cold, dude. If it's not ice cold, dude, I put my Coke in the freezer before I drink it, just to get it really icy. Oh, I love it.
You know, have you tried, Brandon, with the Mexican Cokes? I want you to get a lemon,
Okay,
cut a thin wedge and shove it in there.
got it.
Don't squeeze it.
What?
If you squeeze the juice in there, that thing's going to explode.
You won't explode.
It goes nuts. No, just take the lemon, cut a very thin wedge, thin enough to get in the bottle, and
Okay.
push it all the way down in. It's going to start bubbling. Dude, it's like drinking blood from the neck of the baby Jesus. It's that delicious. It's sweet and delicious.
I'll try the lemon. I'll put the lemon in there.
Give the lemon a go. Give the lemon a go.
Are lemons in season? I don't know. It's ice cold here.
Yeah. So that's where we're at. Again, don't worry about these markets. I don't think they're going to change overnight. Just things. It's not just crypto that started essing the bed on October 10th. I think we've had a realization by a lot of people throughout the world that the environment, the macro environment, is just really bad. The good thing is once people finally admit things are bad, they go the other way, right? Once you bottom out, you work your way up, right? When you're at the top, you can only go down. So I guess intellectually, I'd rather be where we're at than at the top. You know, if you go back to the beginning of this year, because we're still in 2025, Bitcoin, I mean, just look at it real quick before we close. Take a look at what Bitcoin's done over the year. And there's ways to look at this. The $76,000 way, right? Or the $126,000 way. If you think, from 126,000, we're doing bad. Okay. But if you think, well, from the bottoms of 76,000, not so bad, right? What was the aggregate? Well, in the 90s. You could probably say it was in the mid to high 90s. We've certainly finished off the year on a very quiet, kind of somber note, which is not great. But you know what? We're not at the bottom of the year. We're not in the 70s. We're not in the 76,000. I don't think we'll get below 80K. I think that was the bottom. We're in the doldrums. The macro will eventually change. So yeah. Just kind of be patient. Yeah, be patient.
Real quick, too. Who's selling the node factories if we can't sell them? You tell me, Charlotte.
What do you mean?
We can't sell node factories.
What do you mean if you can't sell them? You can sell them.
No, you can't. Like an ETH node factory, you can't sell that.
There's
You
no.
can sell the licenses. You can sell the ant fees.
Well, yeah, you
You
can
can't
sell
sell a
the,
node
you
factory.
can sell the pieces.
Yeah, but you can't sell a node factory because Hypercycle, when we took that idea to them and said we should be able to wrap these and make them sellable, they said no.
Yeah.
Anyway,
Yeah. Well, yeah, you can't do the thing which you should be able to do because they didn't listen to the advice from the people that know what you should be able to do the thing that you should be able to do.
right, got it.
So you can't do that thing, but you can break them down into their individual pieces and you can sell them.
Yep. Yes, exactly.
No. Listen, remember, Hypercycle was never a crypto play. Now, under the surface, see the native token C Hypercycle, the distribution unit, the smallest unit, that is a distributed asset, but it happens behind the scenes. You don't need to toy with it. So when I say they're going away from crypto, it doesn't mean they're not going to leverage distributed technology. It means that you're not going to have to mess with it. Your ability to go in and out of a crypto token is not going to affect your ability to participate in Hypercycle. When they bootstrapped it, the idea was tokens plus licenses equal factories, and off you go. And then just things kind of, there was some mission creep and some policy shift. And there, anyway, here we are now. Aren't the licenses the same as ETH node factories? No, Anfees is a unit. An Anfee can be sold because it's a unit. Is that right, Brandon? Is that the way to kind of describe it?
Yeah, and Anfee is a single ET. And Anfee is what we told Tufi in the case to make on the ETH side, like something simple, easily sellable, everything.
Yeah.
But
and by the way, why did they choose base? Because we told them.
Flipping no.
Yeah. Anyway, this was all during the Ben and the Mario thing when we were like, okay, is that going to be a problem? Are those guys going to be a problem? It turns out that they weren't. Mario is really a non-issue. He's just a cheap salesman, just a greedy kind of scum. I mean, no, I don't even. It's funny. I'm not a Mario hater. Mario is Mario. He's always been a douchey little scumbag. Nothing's changed. He's still a douchey little scumbag. He's just a douchey little scumbag with a failed company. Singularity DAO is a failed company. And everything they touch is tainted. So that's the unfortunate reality. ASI is a failed proposition. All of the AI, that's another thing. All of the AI coins, basically, I mean, you could say BitTorrent, Tau is kind of fledgling or whatever, but the AI crypto market was single-handedly dismantled by Ben and his buddies, mostly Mario and his buddies, and Humayun and those douchebags over at Fetch. They destroyed the crypto AI sector, which is crazy because the AI sector continues to go straight up. And if it wasn't for ASI, those assets would have kept going up, I contend. AGIX too. They destroyed everything. Those guys destroyed everything. Mario, Ben, David Lake, Janet, Humayun, all the idiots involved in that. And unfortunately, Ben was talked into that. Why? Because he's so good at these things, he has no clue about these things, right? These things being the kind of people that are influencing you, their actual understanding of finance, their ability to not be bad. So Ben was fleeced by these creeps into this thing that sounded good for him. Yeah, unify AI and we can get some power and all that. And what they did is just milked it for as much money as they could, put in their back pockets as fast as possible, and destroyed the whole fucking thing. So those guys destroyed all of crypto AI in about 8 months. Good job. Congrats. What that also does is it leaves a vacuum, doesn't it?
Yeah.
So a competent AI crypto project where the token actually matters, that might be quite yummy. That might be quite tasty. So, when the good Lord shuts a door, he opens a window. I watched a show where there was all these Southern religious people. Anyway, whatever.
Got your Southern drawl in for the religious pursuit.
So anyway, let's call it a day. Don't stress. These markets are bad. They've been bad. It is surprising, but it's not out of the ordinary. I mean, this is the way crypto is. Right when you start to enjoy it, it kicks you square in the dick.
Yeah.
And not like right in the dick hole. It just hits you in the dick hole. That's what crypto does. It finds it. I don't know how it does. It's magic. But I think the macro is the main story. And until that changes, I don't think much is going to change. So don't let it depress you. Don't let it get you down. These are all things that none of us have any control over. But what we do have control over is consistently learning where you put your thoughts, keeping emotions sidelined when it has to do with your investments, and also realizing that people are having a really hard time in the real world. This is the crypto investment world. It's not the real world. Try to be nice to people because it's tough, and be thankful that we have the time in the day that we can spend on this weird shit. Like, be nice to people. All right, let's call it a day. Brandon, any final thoughts? You probably go opposite, say be mean to people.
Yeah, exactly. This 8 a.m. thing is super odd. 10 a.m. Eastern is super odd. Something to really watch. And it's so, dude, I have got to show this ETH chart, how clear as day it is, too. It does this every flipping day now. And even with the huge spike that we had this morning, it still exists. Like, look how clear this is exactly 8 a.m., exactly 8 a.m., 10 a.m., exactly 10 a.m. Super odd to me.
Yeah.
That's got to be some sort of rebalancing on the ETF. Something's got to be happening.
You nailed it. I would bet
this is the 8 a.m.
It's all ETF rebalancing, I think.
So always to the downside.
Well, for now, but remember, it was always to the upside from April.
Yeah, but I never saw this exactly at 10 a.m. for the balancing in the upside.
Well, what's happening now is that people are starting to expect it, so that they're preparing for it. So until it ameliorates, I will say this: spikes, they all look the same.
It's super odd. Like, even the percentage drops are like exactly the same. Boom. We got like 6% there, exactly 6% there. This drop was exactly 6%, exactly. This drop was exactly 6%. Every single one of them. Is that so odd? I don't know. Super odd to me. I look at these patterns and I don't know.
Well, there's no patterns in nature.
Super.
Patterns are man-made. So,
yep. Well, that's what I mean. That's exactly true. Yes, you nailed it. You inadvertently nailed it subconsciously through a Freudian slip that these are manipulated patterns, and I believe that.
No, not manipulated. I think they are a market function that we're witnessing. I mean, anyway. Well, I hope you guys manipulate your way into having a nice day.
Yes.
Stay in school. Yes. Don't do drugs. Don't do anything my poor and solvent drunk sugar meth grandmother or Brandon wouldn't do. Brandon, what's the weather like down there?
It is mighty. It's actually 40 degrees, but it's like raining like crazy. And then, sorry, can you make money off it? No. Good luck, because look what happened at 8 a.m. this day. This is exactly 8 a.m. or 10 a.m. Exactly the same thing. Every day at 10 a.m. something happens. Just watch for it, but you can't guess which direction it's going.
Well, you know what?
Anyway,
it's going to be 77 degrees where I'm at.
That's bullcrap.
Ah.